Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Andrea Grammatica. I'm amfAR's Director of Research, and today I'm talking to Dr. Elizabeth Hastie from University of California, San Diego. We've just awarded one of this year's amfAR Krim Fellowship in Biomedical Research. Thanks for joining us today. I'll start you off easy. So can you tell us briefly about the work you'll be doing with the funding from the Krim Fellowship?
Yes, thank you. My area of research is in transgender individuals living with HIV, one of the highest affected populations and one of the most understudied. And we've found already that there's a lot of sex differences in viral management. We've seen this in COVID, we've seen this in a lot of other viruses, but it hasn't been heavily studied in HIV yet. And so I'm really interested in studying how estrogen affects HIV, and in doing so, we're going to be able to do research in transgender women who are taking estrogen, which will be helping them as well as helping the field of HIV overall.
So your research has a specific focus on an underrepresented community in scientific research. I don't know how many people know this, but the federal government didn't formalize recommendations that women be included in medical research until 1993. Can you tell us why it's important to make sure that members of as many communities as possible are included in scientific research?
Historically, we really have just really been studying healthy, most of the time, men, white, and that's, not representative of the population at all. And so it's really our duty as researchers to have a more diverse patient population. And there are differences amongst different populations. And some of the people who are the most affected, such as transgender individuals, aren't being included in some of these important studies. And so we're really not doing the research in the area that needs to be done.
Okay, so backing up a little bit, I wonder if you could tell us what inspired you to do HIV research.
I love everything about caring for people with HIV. I really do. I'm really interested in the history of the HIV epidemic and how much this group of people have gone through and the people who have helped them have gone through, and where we are today is so amazing with how much we've improved HIV treatment and care. But there's so much more to do, and I'm worried we're taking a step backwards, and I want to be part of that force to drive people forward even more.
Why do we need to cure HIV?
So even though we have really good treatments for HIV, it's still, there's so much that occurs when someone has an HIV infection. Even if they have it well controlled, they're taking medicine every day, and there are long-term effects from the HIV, even when it's controlled, that we don't know about. Curing it would just be so remarkable, not just from a medical standpoint, but also from a psychosocial standpoint, not having to take a pill every day, not having to be reminded of any stigma or stigmatization that they've been affected by because of their diagnosis.
So the Krim Fellowship program is quite unique. Can you tell us what it means to you to receive this funding at this stage in your career?
This is my first research funding that I'm receiving, and it's hard to put into words. I mean, it means so much. I feel like I've been working for a long time, and having it finally being funded, it's just so encouraging. And really, to me, it feels like all this hard work is going to pay off, and it's going to be able to fuel my future research as well. So it's really at this time, I just finished fellowship last week, ID fellowship. And
Congratulations.
thank you. So it's the perfect timing for me to be able to continue on with the research I want. Without this funding, especially what's going on with the federal funding, I was really worried that everything was going to fizzle out and I wasn't going to be able to pursue this research that means so much to me and so many others. So just really a momentous time to receive this.
We're all aware that resources for funding HIV research are scarcer than ever. Can you share with us, from a researcher's perspective, what makes funding from somewhere like amfAR so important right now?
Yes, it is so important. It's always been important, but now it's more important than ever. Even as a young, early career researcher, see people just sort of fading away from research, and because of the challenges they're facing with funding, federal funding in particular. And it is sad and scary for me to see that, because we need those people. We need to keep telling the world how important this research is, how these populations still exist, and how there's so much we can do for them. And seeing people lose funding and then because of the challenges that the lack of funding have caused, that they've left research or, kind of pivoted to a different career path. That to me is really scary. And having amfAR fund this important research still it's going to be what motivates the younger generation to continue this important research and for it not to be forgotten. So it's so important.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth, and congratulations once more on this award. Thank you for chatting with us, and good luck.
Thank you so much.